Okay, we're good. I think that was a good clap. Last time it wasn't a good clap.
Last time was horrendous. We tried twice and we could not get it to work perfectly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Through the Fence. This is episode 2.
Number 2, same day. And we are going to continue to produce every single week. Every single week we're going to make a podcast for you, and a podcast episode for you guys.
Yeah, so last time we thought we were going to post the video, but that didn't really work out too well.
That was horrendous.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to post the audio for it. We're just going to black out the screen. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. We don't want to delete that whole podcast. It was such a good one.
It was an hour long of just talking about sports and the UFC. You guys got to catch that. And today we're going to dive right into Ultra Music Festival.
Okay. So Ultra passed. It's June now. It was in March, the end of March. We both ended up going. That was amazing. Great time. It was a great time. I don't know. It was an experience. I've wanted to go for quite a while, since I was like 12 or 13. But then they put an age limit and all that. So like, damn. But yeah, this was my first time going. This is your second time, right?
Yeah. The first time I went was 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2 years ago. I went for the 20th anniversary, and the same. I wanted to go for about. Since I probably went into high school, I started listening to a lot of EDM music. I didn't really know what EDM was before. I was in band, so that's all. I was just pretty much listening to jazz and like Eminem. But once I got into high school, I started listening to a lot more EDM because more people were really on EDM music, and like Tiesto and Skrillex, because that's when like the rave gloves came out.
Yeah.
And I was starting to rave.
Damn, I remember that.
In that scene.
That's crazy.
It was like so. That was
yeah.
yeah. I think it was like when I was maybe in 7th grade or 8th grade, but I really started to listen to EDM. Like in 6th grade I was doing the raving stuff, but in 9th grade was when I started listening to EDM music. And one of my cousins had gone to Ultra, and I searched it up like on YouTube. I went on, I was like, I didn't know what Ultra was. I thought it was like a song, and I looked it up on YouTube, and here was this like mini after movie of what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is mayhem.
That's
that's
what got me into it.
Yeah,
watching
the
after movies.
I was like, what even is this? Because at that age, I wasn't really being exposed to all these things. Like I literally would just skate and chill with my boys. Like I had never gone to a concert. I knew what a concert was, but I had no idea what is it called? What is Ultra considered again? A festival. I had no idea what festivals we even were at the time. So when I watched this video, finding out that it's a 3-day thing, people like going crazy for 3 days and like in the heart of Miami, I was like, that's pretty wild. I told my mom, immediately said I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And that's when the age restriction wasn't there. So I would have been able to go as a freshman in high school. But of course they said no. And at the time I had no money. So the people who were supposed to fund it, they weren't really supportive of it. So I missed out on the opportunity. And then they made the age restriction, which I had to wait until 18. And I wasn't 18 until after I graduated high school. And it was wild, like my girlfriend was the one who purchased the tickets.
Yeah.
And you would try to go that year with me.
Yeah,
and you couldn't get the tickets because they sold out, like not sold out, but you know how they have like pre-sales? It was immediately super fast. They sold out. It was
really hard to score a ticket there.
I wasn't even trying to get. She tried and she succeeded. We got in in tier A, because that was her second year purchasing Ultra tickets, but she had never gone. Yeah, she bought Ultra tickets 3 years ago, and she was gonna go, but ended up canceling it. So pretty much that was her second time. So she's bought 3 times Ultra tickets, right? But pretty much we get the tickets, and I'm just going to run you guys down the story of my first Ultra.
Go.
We get the tickets, and it's just like, what did I get myself into? Because at this point, I don't listen to EDM music no more. Like, EDM has died for me. What am I getting into? And I'm like, again, going back to these videos on YouTube, because, many years.
What are you talking about, for this year or the year before?
The first year. My first, like before I had ever gone. I had never gone to like a festival. I had no idea what it was going to be. Like 3 days of partying all day, right? And I was like, who are the DJs? I don't listen to a lot of DJs. So I had to like revert my mind back to like freshman year to start getting into it again.
Mm.
And I remember you buy tickets so far out that you forget. Like you
Yeah.
completely forget. So I had forgotten about it again, and then here we are, March, and it's coming up. It's like the 23rd, 24th, 25th, I believe. And we're going. We had hotel rooms because we didn't want to be driving back and forth and back. So
Yeah.
we had a hotel room really close. We only was like a 10-minute walk. And I remember getting being in the hotel room before, and I'm like, this is like, I don't even know what I'm getting myself into. Like, what am I getting myself into? Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's gonna be like. I did not take no fanny pack. I had barely eaten. Like, I knew I had to take
Definitely.
cash because like I saw some video on YouTube, and I can't remember to give you a shout out, but you did a great job informing me because I had no idea what it was. And I remember on my way walking, there's like a Wells Fargo little teller bank. And I was like, perfect, grab. No, like a minute before. Like literally there's this huge building and it has a Wells Fargo little like
Ah.
mini bank. Like you know how
So,
they have those all over the
Keep
place
in
now?
mind, Ultra
Yeah.
was at a different location that year.
Yeah.
They only ended up moving the location this year,
Yeah.
which was my first year. But it used to be at Bayfront Park in Miami, and then they changed it to Key Biscayne, to Virginia Key. So that's a much more, I guess, populated
Drastic
area where
change,
they
yeah.
have,
But-
they have more things you can get to.
Yeah. But you know, Ultra wasn't always in Bayfront Park either.
I know they used
It's
to be
been
in like a
moved
beach
around a
and-
lot. Yeah, it's been
yeah.
moved around a lot. But pretty much, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. We're gonna see what locations Ultra has been right now.
And yeah, no, for sure. It used to be in like a beach, and then it got moved somewhere else, and then to Bayfront, then to a different park, and so just in case if you
It's
guys
been
don't
around.
know, Ultra is a music festival in Miami, in Miami, Florida, but it moves around different places, but it stays around the greater Miami area.
And it's not only in Miami. It's like it goes to many different countries.
Yes, that's
Well,
true.
Yeah, it goes to like China, Mexico, all these different countries. So you guys have a chance to be part of it because it's
Yeah.
absolutely a sensational like experience. Even if you don't like EDM, I like highly encourage everyone to try it at least once. At least go for one day. You can't unfortunately buy one day tickets,
Yeah.
but you might know somebody or there's always people reselling, so just buy it, go that first day, and then when you get out of the festival, find someone. There's always people out there waiting, like buying 2-day tickets, buying one day.
Yeah.
But that's behind the fact. We were on my way to Ultra, right? And I'm walking. I have no freaking hydro backpack on me. I'm like, what is going? I have a water bottle in my back pocket, and I'm walking, and then I see herds of people, bro. Herds. Like I this was a scene from like when we graduated, when people and like everybody's like walking out. That's how many people were there. I was like, what is going on? And like news and like people are like, oh, is this your first Ultra? Like everybody trying to interrupt you while you're walking. And mind you, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, super hot, and like you just want to get inside already. And
For sure.
you have people screaming and dancing, cameras everywhere, and you finally make it to the front of Bayfront Park, which is Bayside. It's like that's where you start. Bayside is where like the entrance actually begins, which is a marketplace. And you're there, and literally it's like everybody's like chanting like for like an
Really?
hour, bro, because it opens
Wolf of
at
Wall Street scene
yes,
out
bro,
here.
literally. Yes,
Yeah.
like crazy. It's like and oh,
because you went. Ew.
like
Ew.
he hates that. He hates that. Explain why you hate that, please.
Well, like I said in the last episode, I'm a big University of Miami fan. So our rivals is Florida State, and that is their war chant because they're the Seminoles.
Yeah.
Which good for them, but they're little scumbags.
So yeah, pretty much everybody's doing that for like an hour, and I'm like, bro,
This is before it started, right?
Before it starts, like we still have like an hour to go because it opens at 4. It used to open at 4 on the Friday, and I'm like, bro, I'm starving. I'm dying of thirst. There's like you're literally like squished between billions, not billions, but like thousands of people from all over the country, like people you'll never see again, right? And finally, they open the gates. You start walking, and it's like traffic. Horrible. Like you step 2 feet, stop. Steps 2 feet, stop. Step like crazy, crazy. And you finally make it in, and then there I was like, okay, I can see this. It was a big venue, and Bayfront Park is very nice. It has a lot of trees, and the view is great. And like when the sun is setting, it's beautiful because you have all the buildings in the background. You have the Intercontinental Woman always dancing. Yeah. And the main stage wasn't as big as it was for the last year. This year that you were.
Really?
Yeah, the main stage this year that we were there, I never got up close. Remember, I stayed far back. But it was humongous for the ultra that I went to. It's not that big because it's more of a condensed space, but it's tall and it looks like it honestly looks like it's not even real. Like standing there, it's like, oh, this is fake. Yeah. This is fake, super fake. Like, and yeah, pretty much all 3 days it was just like nonstop partying. You know, it was really tiring. Fun fact, when you're there, everybody's mostly on dirt. So when you leave, you have like boogers, dirty, bro. They're like black boogers. Because imagine just thousands of humans jumping up and down, bro. Yeah, bro. I swear to God, I got back to the hotel room and I go like dark, bro. I have never. I thought I was dying. I honestly thought I was dying. I never seen that in my life. Huh? Oh, for sure, bro.
By the way, we have our friend Sebastian out here.
Yep.
He's doing the camera big work. Again. Look at that.
He's our behind the scenes man for now.
So whenever we have to have like a fact check, we don't want to make ourselves look stupid. He'll do it. He's the behind the scenes of this podcast.
Exactly. He's the person keeping it all together, running smoothly.
Thank God, because what we did last week,
chaos. That's why we don't have a. That's why we don't have a video for week 1 because it was chaos. Yeah. When did Ultra start, Sebastian? When was the first year? 1999. Yeah. It was the year you were born.
No, 2000.
You were born 2000 year you were born.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, he's a millennial.
I'm a true
My
millennial.
God. But after that, I was like, I never want to go to an Ultra again. Like, it was fun. Hella like crazy.
You went there for the experience.
I went there for the experience 100%, and I thought it was great. Like, I FaceTimed everybody while I was there. Like, took like billions of pictures. Like, I'll put one of the videos that I have on my phone there so you guys can see. But it was crazy mayhem. And then tickets come out like in a month right after, and I'm like, looks like I'm going again. I was like,
you can't even take a breather.
Literally your pockets.
Yeah,
you can take a breather because it's the whole your pockets. You just spent like, for example, let me give you guys a good explanation. I spent maybe, not me and my girlfriend, we split it. Tickets were about 400 each. Then because the fees and all these bull crap things that they add. Then you don't need a hotel if you're in the Miami area, but let's say most of you guys aren't in the Miami area, you need to rent a hotel, and prices get freaking skyrocketed to the max.
So what I did last year, because I realized I couldn't get a ticket for the year before.
Yeah.
So
he waited too late, ladies and gentlemen.
During that festival, I was like, okay, let me check the ticket. Let me check how much a hotel is for next year.
Yeah.
Right? Not even knowing the location, right? Because at that time it was still planned to be at Bayfront Park.
Yeah, and I have to tell you guys something about that.
So, and I checked and I'm like, what the hell? Like, hotels that are usually like $50 or up to $100 a night.
Yep.
They're up to $300 a night.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Airbnb, guys.
I didn't think about that honestly, but it was just like, what the hell? Like, these people are milking it, you know?
Honestly, I didn't think about Airbnb. We didn't think about Airbnb for the first Ultra, but the second Ultra was crazy. Like, for example, so like I was saying, about $400 a ticket per person. So let's say you do this for yourself. A hotel room, 1 bedroom, like just for you, is gonna go around maybe 1,300 through 1,000. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, for the whole 3 nights. Right. And they kick you out the right next day. Yeah. Like, if you're banged, they kick you out at 9 in the morning. You must be out of the room. and then you have food. I was spending about a rough estimate for me and my girlfriend, because remember, nothing is free at Ultra. Nothing. Just the water. If you take a water backpack, I was a rookie. I did not take a water backpack my first year. Water bottles are about $5, and everything else goes up. And pretty much at a festival like that, you don't want to be passing out. The sun, the people sweating. It's really hot.
Especially that you spent $400 on a ticket. You don't want to.
You are trying to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the food is not great, but it gets you through. So I was spending roughly about $60 a day, which it wasn't bad. Like I thought I was gonna be spending more.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I would have liked to feed myself more throughout the festival.
For sure. For sure.
And so it's not a pretty cheap thing, you know. Just for yourself to like spend it good, I would say about $2,000 you're spending in 3 days.
Sounds about right.
Which is pretty insane.
And,
it's a pretty big price tag.
You,
whoa. Not even counting your outfits, by the way.
That's
outfits.
True.
So we're
That's
about
true.
2,000. Yeah, counting food, counting food, counting you come in. Oh, I didn't even mention a flight. So if you're not from the area, you have to take a flight.
So everything that we pretty much mentioned
$3,000. Forget it. $3,000
was like you living in Miami or the south in like South Florida, where you know you can get a ride. You don't have to really spend on a hotel.
Uber too.
Yeah, you spend Uber.
Bro.
But this year they didn't allow it because of the location.
We'll talk about this year now.
We'll talk about that now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that now.
No.
Since Razam wasn't able to come to the first
I'll
one
talk
with
more
me,
about this.
He will
one.
be able to explain part 2 and with everything he says, and I'll see what I add because I also had a different experience than him. But take it away, Razam. Take it away.
Okay, so this is 2019 Ultra. This is a couple months ago, right? Yep. My first music festival. Remember, I wanted to go for many years, and I finally said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna purchase the ticket, right? Purchased the ticket thinking it was gonna be in Bayfront Park, usually where it is, and I bought my ticket. I didn't buy it in tier 1 or tier 2, even though I should have, thinking the price was stupid expensive, really outrageous. Like, if you're going there for the experience, by all means go ahead, but it is really expensive, and especially knowing that you're gonna spend a lot more money throughout the whole time, it's pretty wild. But anyways, let's fast forward to them announcing, hey, we're not gonna have it in Bayfront Park, but we're gonna try to find another location in Miami, right? So everybody's thinking, hey, including me, hey, let's do it at Hard Rock Stadium, That's where the festival Rolling Loud is, and it works out. They have amazing space in the parking lot there. It works out, but they didn't pull on that. They found another location in Key Biscayne, which is a more marine life type of area, if you get what I'm trying to say.
It's more cinematic, you could say, going over the bridge, and
for sure,
just like you're going over the bridge, right? The Key Biscayne Bridge, and that thing's a pretty high bridge, and just seeing like the Ultra freaking logo in the middle of like nowhere, you're like, that's pretty cool. But oh man, so it was horrendous for me.
They pulled the trigger on Virginia Key, which not a lot of people were a fan of, including Juan here. He was ready to return his ticket.
This is why, people. So mind you, when you buy something, right, you're getting something offered to you, and that's what we were getting. We were getting Bayfront Park offered to us, which I had no problems with. It was a 10-minute walk, really simple for me to get there, super convenient, really nice, a lot of shade with the damn trees, and that's what that's what I was used to. I was used to Bayfront Park. Like little before you know it, they're like, oh, Bayfront Park's not gonna be it. Mind you, I already have my hotel booked. It's like 7 minutes away, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Like, and the thing is, I don't like to try new things, especially when it's the first time. And this Ultra proved it even more why I don't like to do these things. Cause my God, for example, I'm freaking. Oh, lost my train of thought. Well, let me rewind myself. So me and my girlfriend are like, what the hell's going on? We don't want to go no more. They changed the location. Who knows where it's gonna be now? Cause it's not like they changed it and they automatically said, "Hey, it's gonna be
Exactly.
here." It was a delay. It was a period of time where no one
There
knew.
was about a good
Instagram,
month.
yeah, Instagram was going wild with the comments. Like people
Yeah.
were like, "They're gonna make it in my grandma's backyard. They're gonna make it. Ultra Everglades,
Yeah.
like in the wilderness. Like crazy things were coming into play." And I'm just thinking, like, "Oh my God! Like, did we really just make it more complicating for us to get there? What if they make it super far from the hotel? So now I'm driving from my house to the hotel room, and then from the hotel room maybe having to go back somewhere in Miami. I was like, "There's no way I'm doing this."
And did at that time did you already have your hotel?
Yeah, we booked our
Oh.
hotel literally like a day after we got the tickets.
So that's
Because we didn't want the Airbnbs. Like I said, Airbnb comes
Yeah.
clutch. We didn't want them to sell out. And we got a really good deal at a really nice hotel. So we were like, oh, no sleep on it. And who would have thought they were going to goddamn cancel Ultra at Bayfront Park? Like, never in my life would I
Yeah, I
really
know.
imagine that.
Like, okay, so people who don't really live in the South Florida area, there's always talks every year about, moving the location, because people who don't enjoy the music and who live around there, it's, to be honest, it's a lot of noise,
It's
and
loud.
it's a big inconvenience for the people who actually live there.
Traffic.
Yeah, it's just those 3 days are wild.
Mess everywhere.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
mind you, the streets of Miami are already wild, right? We have all these clubs everywhere. Now imagine 12 o'clock hits on a Sunday. Half of the people don't even live here. They're just roaming
Yeah.
around the streets like drunk, high on
Yeah.
every drug. Like that
Yes.
is not safe, Like that's not safe for the people coming to Ultra, and that's not safe for the people who live here. So Ultra devised a plan that was made to fail. Explain the plan, Razam, because you were the one that had to suffer the most.
So it was a Key Biscayne, so they decided on that location. So they're like, okay, for the people who are
Explain
like
the
Juan,
whole process. Explain the
people
whole
who are-
process.
Yeah, yeah. The people who are like Juan, they already bought a ticket. They already bought a hotel and everything. What are they gonna do? So what you call it? They were like, what we're gonna do is that, mind you, Key Biscayne and the Virginia Key area, there's one way in and one way out.
Yep.
You get on that ramp, that's it. You're going all the way down the whole island until you come all the way back.
Yep.
That's it. So there's no other way around it. So what they did, they were like, okay, we're gonna provide shuttle services, which was like perfect. Great idea. Great idea, Ultra. You're that what a and it was completely
Out of the
complimentary.
and out of the nowhere, because
Yeah.
everybody thought in their mother that we were gonna have to find this way into the island, and the island only has one bridge.
Yeah.
So can you imagine? Can you give me a facts check? How many people estimate go to Ultra every year, please? So I could give you guys this fact.
Since 2012, 165,000.
Imagine about 165,000 people trying to go over one bridge.
Yeah.
That's
So
not,
like we can roughly say like about 130,000 are people that don't even know this area.
I'm pretty sure even more, cause like think about it. You're walking around there, and I didn't know. Like half of the people don't
For
even
sure.
speak English.
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
you don't even speak English, which means you probably don't know how to read it. How are you getting around Miami, people?
For sure. For sure.
People were, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, so they thought it was a great idea,
Mhm.
which I think everybody at the time,
I was with it. I was
yeah.
with it for the vibe. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
damn,
like,
it's gonna
okay,
be nice
you know.
tropical vibes.
And then when everybody gets on the bus, everybody's gonna be stupid hype, and
Yep.
it's gonna be sick. They should have it planned out. But here's the issue. They said, because we're doing buses and we're doing that shuttle service, there's no other way you can get onto the island,
Mhm.
right? you can't Uber onto the island. You cannot Lyft. You cannot take a taxi. You cannot get dropped off by your parents or anybody.
No
You
one was
can't-
able to go in unless you lived. Because the thing
Yes.
is, this island, people live there. So it's not like it's just an island to go to the beach
Yeah.
and they were going to close off the beach. No, people live at the end of it.
Yes.
So people had to go in and think about it. It's a Friday. It's a Friday afternoon. People are coming home and they're trying to get home. And they literally closed off every single line. There was only one
Mhm.
line. And mind you, thousands and thousands and thousands of buses
Yes.
going up and down and back and forth. And literally, I'm walking to Ultra, right? And I'm like, man, this is going to be good. Like, they have Route A, Route B. Like, they're picking people up
Yeah.
from everywhere.
So,
This is going to
yeah,
be
the route-
seamless.
The different routes is different locations. Like I had a different shuttle
Then I did.
than Juan.
Yeah.
Because he was in upper
A
Miami.
different area.
and
I was in a
was-
different
yeah.
area of Miami than you were.
So and I had the location where most people were at, which is the southern part of the island.
Yes.
So it was. I think for me it was more people to deal with, more buses that they had to do. So Ultra did that, which was like, okay, I could see where it comes from, but it's like you never done that before. You can't judge that 130,000 people can fit all in your buses.
Greyhounds. Nice buses.
Especially
And
that,
some drivers were pretty lit.
yeah, no, for sure,
Some drivers were pretty lit,
No
man.
complaints
they
about
did,
that.
Yeah, they did their job. They
But
did their job to the best of their capacity.
So by the end of the night, okay, let's start from the beginning. From the beginning of Friday.
From the
Friday
from
was the first day.
So explain how you got there, and then I'll explain how I got there. Explain what you explain with day one, then I'll explain my day one. And
Yeah,
then blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
for sure.
Go.
Let's take a break real quick.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna go take a little bathroom break, eating break. We'll catch you guys up in about 10 seconds.
A few moments later.
Boom, we getting good at this,
Ready,
man.
yeah.
Like we out here.
All right. So go back to where we
Okay,
were with
yes.
Ultra Day 1, Key Biscayne.
Key Biscayne. Wow, amazing.
And-
So
We'll put a video for you guys to see how we enjoyed it.
it
I have
was
another.
great.
I have another little clip of us.
So, getting to the shuttle station. The first date, no one really knew what to expect. But when I got off, and then like I saw like the line is around the block into like people's front yards.
Bro, worse than like Black Friday at Best Buy.
Yeah, it's wild, and it's like, wow. And you just keep walking. You're like, okay, is this the back of the line? Nope. There's another person right there. So now you just gotta keep on going. And when you reach the back of the line, you're like, is this even worth it? Like, is it really? You feel like so defeated before you even get to the music festival, right?
Honestly.
So my plan before I even like did anything for Ultra, I knew I wasn't gonna go from the 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock time,
Yeah.
or the 12 o'clock.
I
to
thought
2
I was.
o'clock. What did it end at 2? 2, yeah, 2.
12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Yes.
So I knew I wasn't
Wow.
gonna go all the way to the beginning because like that's when like not the big name DJs are out yet. But it's still good, If you want to go there to experience it, go ahead. But like I knew
It's
I
good to
wasn't
like
gonna go.
sightsee at that time.
Yeah.
Good to sightsee and like get your like how we always go for day one is get there early to learn the map, the
area, yeah.
arena, because you're only here 3 days and you don't have all the time in the world.
Mhm.
You even though you think you might. And the thing was, I had never been to this venue at Key
Yeah.
Biscayne, and they made it 2 separate goddamn parts. 2. It wasn't one
Yes.
together. It was like one was here and the other one was 30-minute
At
walk.
Bayfront Park, was it all together?
All
Everything
to- but
different
the stages were pretty close.
Really?
Really close, but it's wild because when you were in one stage, you could not hear the other stage. It's like the music, it's so loud and in your goddamn brain that literally I could be right here. Like, I don't know how to explain like the time there, but they were pretty close. And it's Bayfront Park is like a U kind of. So that's how they were shaped. Main stage here, you have another stage here, and they were just scattered all over the place. But when you were in one stage, you couldn't hear the other stages.
Got it.
And that was another thing I didn't like about this, because it was a 30-minute walk literally from Resistance Island to main stage. And I was like, what if you want to see one DJ at 8 and then your favorite DJ's coming out at 8:30? Well, you better have track shoes. Start running, because you're in for a long, treacherous walk.
I didn't even go to Resistance Island this year, because I was like, okay, you know. So I'll explain that now. But yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna go early you know, during the day. So what I was planning is like I'll get there around like 6 o'clock, you know. I'll get there around like 4, and like by the time, you know, all the DJs I want to see, it was around 6 o'clock. So like I get there, I get to, you know, do everything I have to do. I left my house, you know, like at 3 something, and I couldn't get. I walked into Ultra at 6 o'clock. And
3-hour commute.
You know, like that's crazy. Me going to this place so I can get to the shuttle, right? Wait in line for an hour or an hour more, right? To get on the shuttle, to take the shuttle there. The shuttle took long too, which is not their fault, you know, like they have a whole bunch of things going there. But the line was crazy.
Things that are uncontrollable.
Yes, of course. But yeah, that was it was just I feel like it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned very well. Like that, I don't think they expected what they were getting themselves into.
And to not talk about Ultra all day, well, that's pretty much what happened every day, you know.
Yeah.
But to cap it off, what happened night one? Night one. Experienced Ultra. Astronaut, what do they call it? Ultranauts, right?
Ultranauts.
I'm an experienced Ultranaut. I looked at the lineup for the last 2 hours. I looked at everybody around me and I said, no way in hell all these people are getting on a bus. Wrap it up. I'm going home. I'm wrapping this one up early. And this buddy over here didn't. So explain what you had to go through.
It was my first Ultra, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to experience this. I didn't know anybody else who was going. I just knew that I was going to go with him, and I knew his girlfriend was going to go. But I was like, okay, you know, that's fine, whatever. So I wanted to go front row and everything. I wanted to experience it all, you know?
Experience it, yeah.
So I was like, okay, my favorite DJ. Hold on, give me 1 second.
1 second, guys. Little pause. I'll keep it going. So pretty much he wanted to experience it, because I had that same thing. He wanted to experience it, you know. It was his first Ultra. I also went to the front, my first Ultra. But
they got goodies.
Oh, let's get it. That's that smells hella good, bro.
It's really good.
Give some to our producer. Give some to our producer, please. Cameraman, timekeeper, and fact check. No, after.
Okay, so
Ooh, this smells so good, guys.
we'll cover it up.
So go.
So what was I saying?
You were on like
oh yes, experience like front row and all that. But that was amazing. Just to let you guys know, everybody there, drugged up or not, is super nice and super happy.
Helpful.
Everybody is such in a good mood. Like everybody's enjoying themselves. Like I met a couple girls in the front, and they were the nicest people ever. It was great. Don't look at me like
Riri.
that.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It's for sure. Everybody like Ultra, like how I feel about it's a great event, and no matter what all the crap I've said about like traffic and damn issues that I went through, it's a one heck of event.
Yeah. Okay, so let's.
We're currently watching the
we're
NBA draft, so we just saw LeBron next to
it.
sign.
You can talk, dude.
Yeah,
can talk if you want.
We'll make this thing 3 hours long.
Yeah.
3. We can
we
talk
have
about
enough
it
time.
next
What
podcast.
you call it?
Giving our reaction.
So yeah, basically, my favorite DJ was gonna come on. It was the first night. I was like, look, I'm sorry, I gotta go front row for him. You know, this is my favorite DJ.
It's your boy.
You know, I have to see him. And so I was like, okay, look, I'm gonna go front row for his performance, and after that, I'll meet you guys back up, right? And so I went at the end of the performance before my favorite DJ Tiesto, by the way. So I think it was either Nicky Romero or Alessio. I think it was Nicky Romero before.
I believe so.
Before
Can't
Tiesto,
remember now.
right?
A while ago.
So we looked at the. I looked at the end of Nicky Romero, and then Tiesto came on. It was a great time. I lost my mind.
Great set.
Right?
I
Whatever.
enjoyed it from the comfortness of my hotel room, by the way.
Yeah. So I left him, and then I thought I was gonna meet up with him later. Even if he left, which kind of came into my mind, I was like, okay, then I'll just chill out here for a little bit more, and then I'll leave. Right? Not thinking much of it. Whatever, my favorite DJ finished, and then Marshmello came on, which was like he did an amazing set, by the way.
Which
Like-
again, I enjoyed comfortably
Yeah.
from my hotel
From your
room.
hotel room. And then I was like, okay, halfway through, I was like, okay, I don't wanna get into no traffic or anything like that. I've had a good day. I had a good day one. Let me start heading out. Right? But before then, I was just checking to see if you were there. I couldn't find you, and whatever. So I walked out, thinking he was still in the event, but
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
service sucks.
yeah,
Completely sucks. There's just so many people. You got no reception out there.
yeah.
No
Yeah.
reception.
So yeah, that was it. And I walked out, and I was like, what is this? The line goes for the bus again, for the shuttle again. Woo, like a mile long.
And mind you, there's no one really giving direction. They're just like, which
Yes.
way are you going?
It's at your own risk.
Yeah, they're like literally,
Yes.
which way are you going? B, that way.
So-
A, that
Yeah.
way. Everybody going that way, that way. And I was, but when I got out, of course, it wasn't like that. But I saw it on the news after, and these people, and this is my take on it. Razan will elaborate on it. What happened was, they messed up by letting, and yeah, it's like controlling animals, but they let everybody out. They let everybody out the freaking. they let everybody out of the arena, out of the fences. So people were skipping. Barricades
Yeah.
weren't gonna control 163,000 people who've just been partying for the last 3 hours, not 12 hours on every drug you can name. They're probably inventing goddamn drugs at this point. So no one was gonna control them, especially not these little barricades.
Welcome to podcast
Welcome.
Through the Fence episode
2.
two. You guys couldn't see her last time. I don't know if you guys even saw her now.
I
but
think so. I think they were able to
Yeah?
catch one little
a
glimpse.
little
of her.
glimpse, but yeah, we had her interrupt last
Yeah.
time. So
So exactly, we freaking back to the subject. Everybody's out in the streets, right? Cops everywhere, every street locked off, and at this point, it starts becoming a safety hazard because these people are not complying with the laws. They start throwing barricades to the floor. They start skipping everybody in
Yeah.
line. They're pretty much fighting
so
to get in the bus. And what they start doing is they start sending the buses half full, with like
yes.
80 seats remaining in the bus.
Okay, so let me say. So it would average around like 60 people in a bus, right? So let me say, I walked out of there around 12:30. This event ends at 2 o'clock, right? I walked out thinking comfortable, whatever. The line was long, but I was like, okay, I'm not gonna walk this. This doesn't make sense. They were like, oh, if you wanna walk, get a taxi, go here. You wanna get onto my shuttle, get in this. And I was like, okay, maybe the line is not as bad as it seems.
Sadly
I'm almost
mistaken.
to the front of the line, right? This is around like 1:30. I remind you,
AM, bro.
I left at 12. And then like I'm towards the front, but I still have a lot of people in front, but I'm closer. And we started noticing. Wait a minute, why are they filling up the buses halfway? Like, what is this? People start knocking down the little fence to block people from going onto the street. And then they just start getting buses now and bringing them forward. And people now are on the street in pods. Different pods like that, right? Trying to get onto a bus.
Wolf packs, might as well say.
Yes.
Animals at this
And
point.
every pod that I went into, right, was like, oh, this is bus 8. And I'm like, this is not my shuttle, you know. So.
Wait. By the way, that means signaling our cameraman
Yeah.
to see our time. Whoa. Oh man,
You might have to turn on the screen.
yeah.
Turn
It's probably like went to sleep. Okay, but
on
go.
the back of it.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
So, whatever. So fast forward, right? I'm still waiting for a bus, right? Still
It's been
waiting for
like
a
2
shuttle.
goddamn hours. I'm
It
already
is
asleep.
4:00 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, no. This has been way too long. You know what? I'm just gonna start walking. Honestly, screw it. I'm not gonna get a bus. I'm never gonna get a bus. Everybody just keeps coming out and jumping up, and they don't want to fill up the buses. You can't. There's no way. Which I have some sympathy for the security guards and all that.
Yeah,
but
they were just doing their
Yeah,
job to the best.
exactly.
It wasn't their fault.
Of course.
It was just the game plan.
But there was. I feel bad because I did get a little frustrated with them because it's like, come on,
Huh.
you guys, you have one job to take care of this, and you guys are gonna let this happen. Come on. So I started walking, and it's an hour. It's a nice hour walk.
I'll check how many miles it was.
I think it was like 3, right? Anyways, mind you, remember when we
Yeah,
talked
about
about the bridge? That bridge is stupid big.
And steep.
And yes. Yeah, it's the longest thing.
It's about a 4 to where
Once
he
you-
was
once
walking,
you get
about
on
a
the tip of that
5-mile
that
walk.
bridge, you're like, okay, it's only downhill from here, right?
About a 5-mile walk.
Oof.
After partying for like 10
Yes.
hours, bro.
So my
It's not
legs
like
are dying.
You're about to go freaking, hey, let me go work out, do some cardio,
And
walk 5 miles. No,
My
you've
fault.
partied.
My
10
fault.
hours
I
now.
did wear Converse the first day.
Rookie
Right?
once again.
My feet were dead. Dead. So whatever, like I got to the shuttle, to where like the shuttles like mainly get to, where they drop people off, and I was like, okay, it's 5:30, right? And then I get to my transportation, and then I start driving home. I didn't get home until like about 6:30 in the morning. And I was like, okay, this is good for me, and I'm tired. It was to the point where I was like, do I even want to go for the next couple days?
I thought
You
the same
know?
thing, and I didn't even go through that.
Yeah. So fast forward to the next day, we look at the news. When I decided to walk, only 30 minutes later, then they decided no more shuttles. We can't handle the line, so that's it. Everybody's gonna have to walk off the island. So luckily, I walked at the time that I did, because I would have been walking with everybody.
You
on
might
the
have,
street.
honestly, you should have just stayed there for day 2.
I was honestly thinking, but at that time, believe
Sleep
it
in
or
your
not,
car,
it
go
was
right back.
It was a cold day those
It was
days.
no, the whole day, the whole
The
weekend
whole-
was cold.
Yeah, it was
The
a
whole
cold
weekend was cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
Yeah.
It was freezing.
Like,
Like when the
Day
fire.
3 was freezing. Last day,
Really?
I
I
was
thought the
free-
first day was freezing because I was out there
I
more
left.
longer.
I was at
Yeah.
home chilling.
Yeah.
Day
No,
3, I
but-
stayed at the longest.
But yeah, no. That was pretty wild, and everybody started walking afterwards, which you gotta think like, wow, that's pretty wild, because people who don't even live here,
Have
That's
to
something-
walk where
yeah.
they don't know. Like,
they don't know
imagine
anything.
being in goddamn China,
Yeah.
walking around, bro. Like, you don't know what you're gonna do, honestly, and you're starving.
Yeah.
Some people have never been to the city, bro. You walk
Never,
5 miles.
lit. Like, not
Exactly.
even been to the city. Like, imagine grabbing someone who's a local and just dropping him off like 20 miles away from where
Here
they
you go.
live. Like, look where us.
Bottle it out.
Yeah, look at us when we're driving around. We goddamn use maps.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know a lot of these things. Imagine someone who's never, ever, ever been here.
So like
They don't know how the road
looking
signs
from the
work.
Outside,
Like,
looking from the outside, looking in, it's like, okay, Miami. You think of Miami, you think of those buildings and the beaches. That's it. You don't think of like cities like this, and you know exactly.
Homestead,
Yeah, you don't think about that. Yeah.
Biscaya.
So, yeah, that was the thing. But to not make everything seem so bad, Ultra did get their stuff together. They did get it better. I was still a little nervous.
Yeah, the
but
game plan pretty much that changed was just they weren't letting people out.
Yes.
They wouldn't let you out of the arena, right? We can consider it that, until you were numbered to be on a bus, which made it super smooth, super worth it, and a great time. So if you want to go to Ultra, do it 100%. Do it.
They might change. They're looking to change
wherever
the
they make it. Wherever they make
this
it,
year.
I recommend you still do it. It's
Yeah.
one hell of an experience, even in the good and the bad. You just
sure.
you freaking have stories, and it's great time with friends, and you know it's something that might in the future it might not be here. So why not look back and say, "Damn, I should have gone." Just
For sure.
go on a limb.
If you like it, if you like the music, very
Even
well
if
go
you
in
don't
there.
like the music,
That experience is
even if you
something
don't
that-
like the
for
music,
sure.
like for example, there's many festivals out there that I'm not huge fans of because of the music, but I would still like to go there, and that's something we'll talk about in episode 3 of the podcast. But it's not just about what you listen to and being just close to your little bubble. It's being out there with people you don't know and enjoying sound, because that's all music is. Exactly, it's a brand new experience. Because Ultra is hella different to Coachella, and Coachella is hella different to Rolling Loud, and Rolling Loud's different to everything. They're all different in their own little way. They all have their own communities in there, their outfits, the people, how they
For sure.
talk, how they relate. Like everything is different. So, like, exactly. So don't just like, oh, I don't like that music, like it's not for me, and close your mind to it.
At least go for
Experience it,
one day, you
At
know.
yeah,
You
like
can
I
always
said,
take off the wristband and sell it off.
Exact.
Even though
that
they don't
wristband
really
is the toughest thing on this
Yes.
planet, bro.
Yes, that
That
wristband.
Toughest
You
thing.
tighten it too tight, that's it. You're done, Zo.
Might as well not even tighten it, bro.
Yeah. Don't even
Keep
tighten-
it
yeah,
loose,
leave
man. Keep it
man.
loose. Leave it loose. If it falls, you're better for yourself, bro. Because you don't have to worry about tape hammering, pliers,
Yeah. It
freaking
took me about
sawzall.
it took me and my dad about 15 minutes to get that thing off.
I was with pliers, just yanking that thing off until I finally broke
I
it.
wanted to keep my band, so I didn't really want to.
I kept mine too. I kept mine too. I just
like
cut it, but
yeah.
it was not. I had it on for about a week after the event. I couldn't take it off. It just get tighter and tighter every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was funny because day one, I didn't know the damn things were both waterproof. So I literally put a plastic bag over my hand, stuck my hand out the shower, and showered with one hand. I had no clue it was.
Cast style.
Yeah, never broken a bone. But I honestly thought, like, if I imagine these things aren't waterproof.
Yeah.
You wait this 2-hour drive and waiting in the bus. You make it there, and they say, it
Yeah.
doesn't work because it's not waterproof. That's the end.
Something that I always worried about. Even with with the Rolling Loud one, even because it was a little different.
And
We'll talk about that.
yeah, we'll
next
talk
week.
about next one because I didn't go to Rolling Loud, but I have my own beliefs about it. And he actually did. He just went recently, so that's something we'll talk about.
And we'll talk
next.
about like the differences
Yeah.
and all that. Which
But
is
I think it's time to wrap it
It
up. You know,
was.
we've already
yeah.
talked
Anything you
about
want to say, Mr.
anything.
Sebastian?
Our cameraman. He's focused in the NBA draft
All
right
I
now.
gotta tell you guys is that Ultra,
He's never gone through it.
I've never been there, so I couldn't speak on it. Rolling Loud, I couldn't speak on it. But Rolling Loud is for next episode, so hopefully, I'll buy some tickets next year. Now, if this
Next year,
podcast,
they're gonna come out this year.
oh,
They
If you go, then I'll definitely go with you.
Yeah.
We'll
And
go-
you got some videos of Rolling Loud?
Yeah, I do.
We
I
can
have
drop
some
them. We'll drop them
wild-
down in the video. That's like how we're gonna do here.
Definitely, we'll keep it for next week. But I just want to say it's a definitely different experience.
Oh, for sure.
For sure,
Like,
a different experience.
Just from watching your videos, I could
Yeah.
tell, like,
it's much more wilder. Put it that way. It's wild.
I haven't been there, so I can't
Yeah.
I can't be the judge to that. I've seen wild things that were ultra, man.
No, but this is crazy. I was there and I was like, okay, wow, this is wild.
But pretty much that will, yeah, we'll vlog it. Well, they don't like DSLR cameras, so we have to like with the phone, which that's what I try to do this year
man.
for our Ultra.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
like
You were
recording
gonna
with
make
it's like recording with a piece of bread. It's like recording with a piece of bread, man. Forget it. You guys already have the Ultra after movies. Like, just watch that, and that's a pretty good guide. And there's many videos
Yeah.
out there. This is one of them that's gonna go up there talking about Ultra.
They're thinking about either the Hard Rock Stadium or Homestead Speedway.
I heard about the Speedway, and I'm a big fan of the
Yeah.
Speedway.
What they're thinking about the Speedway,
Humongous.
which is a good thing, is that
Close to your house.
well, of course, that's much closer than the greater Upper Miami area. But what they're thinking is they have a lot of space there. So what they can do is do something like Coachella, where they put up tents and all that.
Screw
camping
that.
ground. I won't do that for sure.
That.
But think about it.
You-
think about
but
it for someone
do
who
you
doesn't
know?
live here.
Do you know why?
Why?
If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go on Netflix and you watch Fire Festival, and that will deter you from ever doing a freaking festival and wanting to stay at a tent. Cameraman. What's our time? What's our time,
we
cameraman?
gotta come up with a little code or something.
little
I
code.
don't know.
Bro, whatever.
Yeah.
That'll be for next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in again. My name's Juan.
My name is Rizam. Sebastian, anything you
What's
want to
our-
say before we end this thing off?
Come on, man.
All I gotta say is that Zion Williamson will be the greatest player to ever play basketball.
All right, people.
You don't know
Mark,
how many people
Mark-
you just pissed off.
mark those the words, people. Thank you for tuning in once again. Make sure to follow, subscribe, let your friends know, let your grandma know, let your dad know, let everybody know about this podcast. It's gonna take over, okay?
Through the
Peace.
fence.